Yo, Shalawam, Shalawam, fam. Let's give it a minute. Give it a minute. Shalawam. Yeah, we're going to be talking about family tonight, man. Talking about families, brothers and sisters. Oh, we got 6 automatically. All right. All right. Algorithm is algorithming. We'll wait a little bit more. Trains, what's going on? Shalom, family. Shalom. Shalom. Yeah, man. What a rush. What a rush, man. Hey, my brother, man. What's going on? What's going on, brother? Yes, sir. Hey, man, how you been, though? You been good? Hey, man. It ain't, the plantation sometimes is easy on the bones. Sometimes it's easy on the bones. I'll say that. But, I'm blessed, man. I'm just blessed to, what I'm saying, just to kick it with y'all. I'm blessed to have a job. I'm blessed to have an even job, man. Hey, did y'all, hold on, bro. But did y'all do y'all taxes yet? Did y'all do y'all taxes yet? Wait for that. That's going to be funny. That's going to be funny, man. That's going to be some funny thing. Hey, because our people need a sign, right? Our people need a sign. So, hey, America's going downhill, brother. You ain't got no income tax, brother. Hold on. Maybe the Israelite brothers is right. Maybe it ain't gonna be maybe this ain't gonna last forever. I don't understand though. Like this was. Oh, I know it. She's terrible right now. She's terrible. Hey, I fed her though. I gotta cut them leaves off though. But imperfections are perfect. They're perfect. But wait, she's gonna bloom. She's gonna bloom when I put her back outside though. And that's when she's gonna take off. Right now, I be kind of like me a little worn down a little bit, but wait till that sun hit. She gonna be back shining again. But but Shalawam family, like I said, man, how was y'all day? How was y'all day? Hope everybody is good. We'll be talking about some family stuff tonight. I haven't done one of these in a while. I know if you've been rocking with us, man, we went in on family. Like, I think when we first started doing this thing, man, the destruction of the black family and whatnot and all that type of things. But tonight we're just going to talk about how to deal with family. Family, it could be, you're the only one out the family. It could be you as in the head of your family. It could be a multitude of things. Friends and loved ones. Sometimes it's family. Sometimes you don't really got no family. But we're gonna teach you how to deal with things, and how to conduct yourself through the scriptures, through the best of my ability, that the Most High bestowed on me. So that's what's going in for tonight. Shalawam, Most High bless y'all and keep y'all, man, for being diligent and for joining me here on short notice. So let's get into it. So when you're dealing with family, well, let's start with this. Not everybody fasts, not everybody prays, right? But everybody's got family. So and family's tough. Family can push your buttons. They can say things to you that no, hold on. When you eat bananas with the peels, put the peels in the bottle of water. Oh, okay. I put bananas in my other plant, and then they got a fungus though, and it just killed it. So I don't know. But if the plant is distracting, I'll remove Ivy from her distraught state. But I'm just gonna let it rock, man. We're gonna let it rock. Yeah, but brothers need a rib man to tend to the plants. That's all that is. That's all that is. No, but anyway, back to it, man. Like I said, family's tough. Family can push your buttons. This, that, and the third. Family can be your biggest critics, especially when it comes to dealing with the truth. But also you gain a family too. You gain a family too. Y'all is my family. Y'all is my spiritual family, right? Because we all in one accord and believing that Yahushua is going to come back to save us, the real children of Israel, through the scriptures, through the curses. We know that we're the people through the curses. We know that Yahushua is a so-called black man. We know that the prophets are so-called black men. And with that, we're family because we believe in one thing. We're in unison. We're in uniform, and it's a beautiful thing. But you also have your biologicals, which may not, be too spiritual, if not at all. Sometimes, you're complete opposite. You got family members that just the complete opposite of you, and you don't know how that man or that woman came out the same womb you did. And that's just it. It's confusing. Doesn't make sense sometimes, but we dealt with the cards that we dealt with. What you were talking about, brother? Strange. I have only one cousin who gets it, but the rest don't. And what I say there, I'm gonna go through scriptures and whatnot, but what I would say there, man, that's first of all, that's beautiful, right? Because you got one cousin. Because not everybody's gonna get it. Like your cousin gets it right now, but there might be other family members that may trickle in and they may not. But the biggest thing is to stay consistent, and show them what the spirit of Yahweh is all about through your actions and how you conduct yourself. And then everything else is just gonna fall through. If it don't, it don't, and you got to keep it moving. But for the most part, try to do things with style, with grace, with patience. Try to treat your family members just like the Most High is treating you, right? He's treating you with grace and with mercy, right? He's treating you with grace and with mercy. So treat your family members with grace and with mercy. Now, Khan, my name is Yaquab Ban Yahawada, formerly of HOI. Khan, Yaquab, Khan. Hey man, it's a privilege to even be speaking to you, brother, man. Like that is a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. And we all family. We all family. I know we like to divide ourselves with the camps and everything like that, but there was a time when everybody was together and separated, and we'll be together again too. So as long as we got that, then we on track. But Shalawam though, Shalawam and Thawada, big Thawada. Shout out to HOI too, and LOI, and all the brothers teaching in the highways and the byways. But I forgot. Hold on, stop the show. First, we give honor and praise to the Most High Yahweh for letting us all be here, gather together. We're all safe. We got through that traffic. We got through our obstacles for today, and we here just to gain a peace of mind from a hard day of work. And so now let's continue. So like I said, we got to be careful on how we deal with family. In this walk, we got to be careful. We learned a couple precepts, right? We did it. Probably some other brothers did it. You want to just go and tell your brother and just kind of go and tell your sister, go and tell your mother, and then it might not work out the way you want it to. And then depending on how bad it is, you might react a certain way. You might react a certain way to it. And it might get you in a deeper hole though. So we got to be very careful with our tongue. We got to be very careful, man. But like I said, these are, and I'll get into this more, but these are just small battles. Yahushua is going to win the war, eventually. But right now, it's up to us to not lose as many battles as we win it. Prince Bania. Gone, brother. A.O.C. in Chicago in the house. A.O.C. Chicago is in the house. Shalawam, I believe that's my good brother Yabatazar tuning in. Shalawam, brother. Shalawam. If you need a link, if you want to chime in, just let me know. I got you. But I will rock for the team. So, like I said before, man, it's all about how you conduct yourself. It's all about your delivery, and that's something that I had to learn from experience. A lot of us get overzealous. Like me, you just get flooded. You got Deuteronomy 76 all in your brain, all in your veins, and you just ready to let it rip. You ready to let Deuteronomy 14:2 rip. You ready to let, Deuteronomy 28:68 rip, baby. You ready to let it go. You know what I'm saying? And don't pull out Romans 9 now. Oh no. So you ready to let it go. And that's beautiful. And that's a beautiful thing. But with our family, we gotta slow down a little bit. Delivery is the key, though. It is, though, isn't it? Though it is the key, man. I'm talking about. That's why the Christian church is so packed, because it's how they deliver it. Are they delivering it in a righteous way? No, because they're not really telling the people nothing. They're just making things sound good. They're making it sound good. They got all style. They got all style. They got style. They do. But they don't got no substance. They don't got no substance. No, they don't. Some do, though. I'm not going to say it's all, because I don't like when people say that, to us. We not all a monolith, and all churches ain't a monolith either. So I'm not trying to church bang and nothing like that. Yes, mother. Yes, mother. Yeah, they be eating the pork and everything like that. You get more bees with honey sand. That's right. That's right. That's right. Here, what we like to do is break down, because you have to tell people the truth about themselves. If I got a problem, if you really love me, you got to tell me my problem to my face, bro. But there's a way to do it, and how you conduct your delivery. Are you gonna conduit channel? Are you gonna hop on YouTube and tell everybody about business? Are you gonna hop on YouTube and tell something? You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna camp and tell? Are you gonna? How are you gonna go about this thing? But if you love brothers, if you love sisters, you're gonna tell them what they need to work on. You're gonna give them constructive criticism. You're gonna give them constructive criticism. But anyway, let's get some scriptures out, man. I'm not gonna share my screen, but let's get some scriptures out. Let's get 1 Peter 3. Let's get 1 Peter. If my mind gets back to me. 1 Peter 3:16. I'm just gonna read this. Having good conscience, which is in here, that whereas they speak evil of you as evildoers. Now your family, is gonna be like that. They're gonna think that you damn near Satan incarnate. You're gonna be in cult, in a cult. I mean, it's just, you're gonna feel like what you're doing is wrong. It's gonna be an awkward feeling, but in your spirit you're right. But the members in your household, they probably gonna talk to you like you're actually doing evil, when you actually trying to do the purest thing that you could do, which is follow what the Most High is trying to instruct you in the first 5 books, which we call the Torah, the Tanakh, Old Testament, right? You're not doing evil. But, in this land of confusion, when you do things that are good, people are going to call it evil because they don't know no better, because they don't have that spiritual compass like you got. Because the Most High chose you, right? He chose you. Now, in choosing you, you have a responsibility to kind of bear everything. You got to bear the criticism. You just got to go through it. You got to go through that. You got to go through that. You have to go through that fire. And the first people, those first coals that are going to be burnt, is going to be, or not like that, but the first thing that's going to burn you is going to be your family. That's going to be probably the very first thing, right? Verse 17. No, let's read. Having good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as of evildoers, that they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Christ. So that's what we want to do. Because we want them. Well, let's read up to 15. Salakia, let's read up to 15. But sanctify Yahweh, our power, the Lord God, in your hearts, and always be ready to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you, with meekness and in fear. Right? So you want to do things. You don't want to come across too emboldened, too cocky, too proud, and you want to be afraid too as well, because you're going to be responsible for whatever you give an answer to and how you deliver that answer. You might gain fruit from that on your fig tree, or you might lose it, and you might lose all the fruit in your house off of how you answer questions when you are being questioned. Hey, what's going on with those things? You call them Zeeks? Some. What are you into? Da 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 da. Right? So they want a reason. They want an answer. Right? So you give them the numbers and everything like that. But how you go to numbers and how you deliver that is going to decide whether or not they're going to be more intrigued. They're going to be intrigued by how you deliver it. But if you come across, a little arrogant, a little rude, something like that, you may turn everybody off in the household, and they may want nothing to do with you, right? So that's why things happen like that. I mean, just like what I said, man, that they're gonna speak evil of you because they don't know no better, right? But in due time, they gonna see your spirit in the Hamashiach, and they gonna know what's up. They gonna be like, dang, man, I was knocking him for not eating pork. I'm finding out that, man, I shouldn't eat that either. Matter of fact, we ain't finna get no more of that. We finna get beef products only, and if it got pork in it, I won't know, and I'll just repent, and things of that nature. So slowly but surely, man, this thing is a war of attrition. It's endurance. It takes a long time to win your family members over, and it gonna happen overnight. Sometimes they want to go to the Passover with you. They want to do this with you. They want to do that. And all of a sudden the spirit hit them and they just don't want nothing to do with you or your stupid little Passover. And you're just like, dang, but anyway, let's see. Let's go to the chat real quick. Sometimes browbeating is not good. Yeah. We don't want to do that. If you do get in a situation, because sometimes Most High is going to put you in a situation where you actually can be in a role to give advice to one of your family members too as well. So you want to make sure that is good, and then it comes out good, and then they walk away like, dang, he really is working with something, right? You don't want to ruin it just because you got a bad day. And that's another thing too, with this truth. I mean, when you come into where your family's dwelling, or if you even live with your family, sometimes if you got a bad day, it's gonna count against you because you're gonna have an attitude, right? Well, I thought you was reading the Bible. I thought you did. and you got an attitude, that's not Christ-like. So you're gonna get some times like that. So it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. You have to deliver like a college professor. Yeah, but our people though, especially family members, so sometimes they don't have patience either, like people do out on the street. So you kind of got to practice and perfect that delivery and make it short, sweet, and kind of hit them with it real quick, and do it smooth and everything like that. But yeah, con, like a college professor sometimes actually believe that they know. Con. Definitely lost a lot of friends already. And if you lose them, they weren't really meant for you to have. If you lose things, it's not really meant for you to have. The things that stay are meant for you to have. And the things that come on along are meant for you to come on along. Right? That's what it is. God, 2 Corinthians, look at that. Oh, I got Proverbs 11 and 30, but I'm going to end with Proverbs 11 and 30, I think. But 2 Corinthians, let's get that. The water for the participation. Definitely appreciate you. 2 Corinthians. Yeah, 2 Corinthians. Well, let's get this for the good brother, man. Corinthians 4. And what else we got? 2 Corinthians 4 and 3. Yeah, Con. I think this might be what you want. Let me just double check that. 2 Corinthians chapter 4. You said 4 and 3. But anyway, let's get 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4, I believe. In whom the Most High, or in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe it not. And since your eyes are going to be open, because the Most High is going to open whoever eyes he wants to open. And he's going to have the eyes of those and the ears of those shut, whoever that he wants to. I'm just happy that, all 13, 14, 15, 16 of us, we got our minds open, right? And we're not blinded anymore. But our family is going to, right? But and it reads, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua, who is the image of the Most High, should shine onto them. For we preach not ourselves, but in Yahushua, Hamashiach Yahushua, the Elohim, and ourselves your servants for Yahushua's sake. Right? For the Most High, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, have shined in our hearts and our minds, right? To give the light of the knowledge of the glory of the Most High in the face of Hamashiach Yahushua, which the world calls Jesus Christ. Amen. So that's what it is, man. This is just about being a light, It's about being a light in your family that's in the midst of darkness because they're blind too as well, And sometimes the light doesn't really have to talk. The light just has to do into your actions is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it's not even about the tongue. It's about how you conduct yourself and how you act and how you carry yourself. You come back from doing the Passover and you walk into your family's house, they're going to be like, whoa. Because what? Verse 6, for the Most High, who commanded the light to shine out of the darkness, has shined in your heart, has shined in your mind so much that you went and did the Passover, which is commanded in Deuteronomy 16 and 16. You had that type of spirit on you to do that. And you bring in that type of spirit back to your house, back over to your family's house, whether you live with them or you visit them. Or if you are in a situation with the unbelieving spouse, right? That light's going to be carried over there, right? So just keep on. Just don't let that light burn. Don't let that light burn out. I know it's hard though. There's going to be some issues. There's going to be some, some struggles, but Don't let that light burn out. Don't let it burn out. And speaking of light, let's get John. Let's get John. Chapter 9, verse 31. Right. Because it's not a slight. I'm not calling the family sinners. I'm just saying that you're ceasing to stop sinning. So John 9 and 31. Now we know that the man be a worshiper of the Most High and doeth his will, him he heareth. And since he's hearing you and you're doing everything that you're supposed to in this walk, and he's hearing you, you got that connection. And you got some of that light now. Because you getting connection, you getting instruction, right? You getting reproved, you getting refined, you getting crafted and molded into the priest that he always thought you would be. And that's light that comes from that. That's an energy that comes from that. That's a vibe, that's a frequency, a vibration, however you want to call it. There's going to be something about you when you walk into that, into the room with your family. You know, there's going to be all eyes on you for a little bit until it kind of dims away. And then they're going to go back to what they go back to. Right? Hey, and then sadly, family's gotta come second now. That's gonna be difficult to deal with, you know. If you're your mama's favorite son, if you and your dad are real close and y'all do things together, which is now to you the Shabbat, you know, that's gonna be something, you know. That's gonna be something. Because you becoming known to the Most High. You also at the same time become unknown to your family. And I'll say it again. You becoming known to the Most High is like you becoming unknown to your family. They're gonna be like, whoa, what was all this? Brother's wearing fringes. He said he doesn't eat pork anymore. He doesn't want to, you know, he's throwing fits about Thanksgiving, didn't want to eat anything turkey or nothing like that. You know, he just stayed up in his room all day, or the brother didn't call during the holidays. Like, what's going on with him? Like, he just changed. Like, what's going on? You know, and that might cause some type of animosity and resentment, though, too, as well. That might cause some animosity and some resentment as well. But look at what Christ was doing. Hold on. I think we read this a couple weeks ago, but look at what Christ was doing, though, too, as well. Because that's the level. Yahushua is the level. So, and he's walked this thing. So we could learn from it, too. Okay, so let's start up. Let's see. Let's start up. So this is going to be Luke chapter 2 and verse 42. Luke chapter 2, verse 42. I'm reading up the King James. There won't be apocrypha tonight, but I'm reading up the King James. You can follow along. Luke 2 and 42. This is what Christ was doing. You know, he put his family second. You know. Now, it says, let's go 41. Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. Right? And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. So they was at the Passover. So many of y'all, you know, y'all Christians, this isn't Luke. This isn't Luke, Christians. He's going to the Passover. It's right here. And it wasn't that deep. It's only in the second chapter. But the pastor doesn't talk about this, though, you know, which is an error. And when they went, 43, and when they had fulfilled the days as they returned, the child, Yahushua, tarried behind in Jerusalem. So he stayed back. But why did he stay back? And Joseph and his mother knew not of it. Sometimes, listen, man, sometimes you just gonna have to book that flight. You know, you want programs coming up, right? Sometimes you're gonna have to book that flight and wing it, you know, and not tell nobody what you're doing. You know, sometimes it gotta be like that because if you tell your family what you're doing and they still blinded and they're in darkness, they're gonna try to pull you back. Satan might come and do work, you know, and it might prevent you, you know. Shoot, there's gonna be a lot, you know, might be a lot of arguments or something that goes on. But sometimes you just gotta keep it to yourself. Is what I'm trying to say. Keep these law, statutes, and commandments, and doing them to yourself when it's just you and the family, right? Because as time goes on, as you keep doing the works, it's gonna be obvious. It's gonna be obvious, and then you're gonna be learned. You're gonna have a tongue to speak to them, and you're gonna knock the socks off, man. When they found out how much of a man that you become in your Yahushua and in doing the law, statutes, and commandments, you know. But anyway, verse 43. And when they had fulfilled the days as they returned, the child, Yahushua, tarried behind them in Jerusalem. And Joseph and his mother knew not of it. But they, supposing him to have been in the company, went a day's journey and sought him among their kinsfolk and acquaintance. So they was looking for him. And when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem seeking him. And it came to pass after 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of doctors or Pharisees, right? Both hearing them and asking them questions. He was asking people that knew the law, statutes, and commandments. He was trying to study. He was just in tune. He was doing the works. And he just didn't really pay mind to his family. He was paying mind to what the will of the Most High was to do, right? And sometimes you got to do that, you know. You got to put God over everybody else, you know. Got to. You got to, because that's the order. That's the order. And then what else happened? And all them that were astonished at his understanding and his answers, obviously, because that's Christ. 48, talking about his parents. And when they saw him, they were amazed. They were amazed. You know, if they see you at the Passover, if they see you at a holy day, if they see you on an online class and you in the zone and they see you in your element, they'll too be amazed at it, you know. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou dealt with us like this, right? Why are you doing this to us? Like, giving us a heart attack. Like, we're looking all over for you. I thought you was right behind us. What are you doing? What are you doing? Right? You got to follow your family. No. You don't follow your family. You follow the Most High. You follow the Most High. Sometimes family can lead you astray. There could be a bad apple in the fam. We might be both came from the streets, and one of us is still in it, and one of us just got out of it in the truth. You come back amongst your brother or maybe even your sister or a cousin, right? A cousin, and he's in the streets and he drags you back in it. Man, you might be done. You might be done. So go in the way of the Most High and not in the way of your family, but do so peacefully and respectfully, of course. Right? And it says, Son, why hast thou dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I sought thee sorrowing. So they was crying. So your family is going to go through it, man. They're going to go through emotions. Sometimes, you know, it's almost like, especially if you're like an only child, man, that might tear your mother apart, right? Tear your parents apart. You know, they felt like something's taking you away from them. But how could the truth take you away? How could the Most High take away something that He gave to you in the first place? If He wanted to take your son away from you, if He wanted to take your daughter away from you, He just would have allowed you to be barren or to have a miscarriage. You know, Like he's trying to keep him. He's trying to keep your son forever and ever. That's why he's taking him away from you. You know. And he said unto them, how is it ye sought me? Why are you looking for me? Wish ye not that I must be about my father's business? So he was about his father's business. All right. He was about his father's business. And that's what you got to be about too. You got to put him above everything, even if it hurts him. Even if it hurts him. Don't understand though, eventually. But even if it hurts him, man, you got to put that above everything. And sometimes, Satan's going to hop in and do his thing and try to get you to go into the way of your family, which is going to be the way of the world, right? It's going to be the way of the world, and then you're going to fall off. And then you're going to start to fall off, right? But we don't want to do that because we're trying to exercise Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, what we're designed to do. So let's get Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. So I'll be back on the chat. I know that, I kind of get lost a little bit up in there, but I'll be back in there. So just keep on contributing. Let me get this last verse and I'll hop up in there. Yeah, so that's what we got to do, though. We got to be about this. We got to be about our Father's business and not our family's business. But not to say that we trying to be bad people and shun our family and put them away. No, but there's a hierarchy and there's an order too as well, and we'll get into that too as well. But anyway. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, classic. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High, keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. This is our duty as servants of the Most High. Out here in the highways and the byways, soldiers and young recruits in the camp, all the way up to the elders and the leadership, man. Right? That's what we do, man. We serve the Most High, and being a servant of the Most High, you serve the people. There's places that I gotta be as far as family. There's places that you gotta be as far as family. But we all come together here on the Wednesdays and the Fridays, right? Because it's our duty to. It's our duty. It's our duty, man. We got to put the Most High first. We got to get the Most High time. We got to get the Most High time. We have family time, but where's time for the Most High? That's what we giving back to. That's what we getting back to. And there's a balance. Sometimes it's not going to be all sunshines or rainbows too. So it's going to be rocky. Such is the walk. Such is the walk, my brothers and sisters. All right. Jeremiah 1 and 5. Let me just finish this out. Jeremiah 1 and 5. This is powerful, man. Powerful stuff right here. Jeremiah 1 and 5, and it reads, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. So this is for the people that think that, it's okay to get an abortion because you don't have nothing living inside of you. You don't got nothing living inside of you. Why does the scriptures say that? Right? Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out the womb, I sanctified thee, man. And I ordained thee to be a prophet unto the nations. So we got something bigger. We got something bigger here. Yes, we serve our family, but it's a greater duty to serve your community too, with multiple families. That's what's at stake here. And that's why we have to deal with our family accordingly. Not to lose them, not to lose yourself. Because we got bigger things planned. We gotta prophesy onto these nations. And he knew you were gonna do it too. And obviously the adversary comes in your way. And Most High even probably tells him to throw you some tests here and there. And sometimes those tests, like I said, come from family. Comes from family. All right, let's get back to the chat. All 3 and 4. Hey, my bad, Aqua with the 2 Corinthians. But I think I got it though. But anyways, keep it moving. Like, if you can't say it right, don't ask me. That's definitely not the right way. Yeah, definitely. You gotta learn how to, it's a sensitive society now too as well. So you really gotta, you can't like, be like how it was kind of 2001, type of combos. You gotta do the 2023 type of combos. Never had a problem with my family. Oh, all praises. Some people don't though too. Some people was just, yeah, I was waiting on you to say that. Hold on. Oh, let's get it. Hey, we all doing Passover. You just ain't going. So, but anyway, I never had a problem with my family. It's best to be nice. When my family was alive, they supported whatever I did and listened to me. That's all praises to that. All praises to that. All praises to that, man. That's a beautiful thing. Now, all I have are my A.O.C. family. So the most I gave you a new family. Yeah, come. The most I gave you a new family because, it is what it is. And that's a beautiful thing. And I'm honored to be a part of your family too as well. And it's a beautiful thing. Hey, that's the spirit, man. That's the Ruach. That's the Ruach. When I was in Christianity, I would walk the streets like Jehovah's Witness and knock on doors, asking people if they knew the Lord in my ignorance, having a zeal, but not according to my knowledge. Con. I think that's Romans 11. Con. Beautiful. That is beautiful. Thanks for that, A.O.C. Oh, yes. It's the only way. Con. Devin, my guy, bro. A.O.C. Chicago in the house, baby. Let's get it. Hallelujah, praise to the Most High. It's very important to regard the Most High and Yahushua above all, right? And even for us men too, us young men too. I mean, we got a lot of songs worshiping the woman, right? And everything is about worshiping the woman. And the woman thinks that's kind of weak, though, to be honest with you. So I think it's about time that we turn and we worship the Father. And when it's something bigger than her, then that's when things start really popping, man. Because you're putting something that nobody can see that they gotta have faith in. You putting priority in that, and it's making you a better person too by you doing that. And she sees that. She sees that you on the righteous path because of what you're doing. She sees that sometimes you putting her second. And you putting this work first, like Yahushua did, and she gonna respect that too. She gonna respect that too. Don't know woman where first saw want a man all up in her business all day like he don't got a job, right? Men in the truth, we got two jobs. Like I said a couple weeks ago, man. This is my profession, and then my plantation, and that's it, right? So, but with that said, beautiful. A lot of participation, beautiful. Yeah, well, with that, let's continue, right? Because we're talking about the tongue. Come on, brother. Shimon my shot, yeah, I wrote it down. But we're talking about the tongue, so let's get James. Let's get James 3 and 6. Talking about the tongue, the power of it. You got to be careful with your tongue, right? Sometimes your mouth, just your tongue in your mouth, can lead your whole body up in that jail. Okay? Just from your tongue can lead your whole body up in that jail cell. Okay? Because why? Because you lose your temper. Sometimes you don't hold the tongue and let your thoughts, you don't dwell and meditate. Most High, please give me the words. Please give me the words. To speak to this police officer. Please give me the words. Something happens, infidelities, unfortunate things happen in the household, very private matters. You got to keep your cool, because if you don't, you might be going to jail. So your tongue can lead your whole body in a jail cell, or it can lead it into a coffin. especially with the hypersensitive brothers that we get on these streets today. Sometimes you just got to keep it pushing and hold your peace. Because if you come out your mouth, you know, and it ain't, you know, and it ain't nice, or it ain't smooth, or it ain't calm, or it ain't with the wisdom of the Most High, or if it ain't meditated on, it could lead you in an early death in the grave, you know, and we don't want that either. So there's power in the tongue, and let's get that. 3 and 6, right? So 3 and 5. Even so, the tongue is a little member and boast of great things. Behold, how a great matter a little fire can kindle it, right? So when you're talking about, you know, it could be anything, you know, it could be about your absence. It could be about, you know, what you're into, how you're worshiping, you know, if you get real hot, you know, and you kind of spaz out on them, man, it could ruin everything for you, right? Just like an argument out on the streets, you get hot and you come up out your mouth and you woo woo, right, and it can go bad for you because brothers get violent, right, and everything like that, and then then it's all done, right? So even though it's a little member, you know, it could kindle a great fire, right? And verse 6 reads, and the tongue is a fire, world of iniquity. So the tongue among our members, that it defiled the whole body, and it setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell. So let's not do that, right? Let's not defile our whole body, you know, with a little matter. Let's keep our composure, right, with our family. Is really what I'm trying to say. Hold that tongue. Be careful with it, right? It could lead you into a whole heap of trouble, you know. Doesn't mean that your family don't have your back. They might still have your back. They just might not be down what you down with. But there's no need to throw it all away just because you got a little upset, you know. And it is upsetting because you know this is the truth. You know what you got is the truth. You know it with all your soul. You know it with all your soul, bro. On everything, you know it. But they don't. And it's gonna be frustrating for you. Don't ruin it though. Don't ruin it. Just hold your tongue, man. If you live with them, walk back in the room and say it's okay. All right. And walk back upstairs. Or if you live by yourself, you know, just make a peaceful exit, right? Make a peaceful exit, you know, forfeit that battle. Come back another time. Maybe you can win one with your brother or your sister or your mother when your father's gone, or your father when your mother's gone, or something like that. You know, we got to be real strategic with this thing when it comes to family. And we have to take care of our spiritual family too. Sometimes we're so concerned with our biological family matters, we're not communicating, and I'm, you know, a culprit of that too sometimes, but you know, we're not communicating with our spiritual family, right? We're not communicating with the brothers that we got around here in Chicago, right? Because, you know, too concerned with what my mama's talking about, my brother's talking about, my sister's talking about. But let me check in with the brother that has the same faith as me, right? Let me check in on that family. So it's, you know, it's a task. It's a task. You got to manage and micromanage. You know, you win some battles, you lose some battles. You gain some members of your family, you lose some members of your family. But ultimately, it's a beautiful struggle, man. It's a beautiful struggle when it's all said and done, right? But like I said, you know, speak life into your family when it's time to, and don't speak death, right? So let's get Proverbs 18 and 21. Even though I'm paraphrasing, I'm a liar. A man is a liar. You know, let the scriptures be right. Let the Most High be right. All right. So let's get Proverbs 18 and 21. And it reads, death and life are in the power of the tongue, right? And they that love it shall eat the fruit of it. Right? So So I mean, and that's deep when you really think about it, because in this truth we're given new life, right? In this truth we're given new life, and we have an opportunity to give our families that a new life too. But sometimes it's not meant to do that right now, and sometimes it's just not meant to at all, right? That's how it is. But don't be the reason why um, there's going to be death, you know, in the family with your relationship, right? Don't do that. Don't operate on the left hand side of the tongue. Operate on the right hand side, right? But most importantly, I mean, the reason why you got to keep it cool, calm, and composure with your family, because now you a man of the law, especially Judah. You're the Most High's lawgiver. We ain't about breaking laws. We're trying to keep as many as we can keep. And even though it's kind of tricky, because some people don't have a good relationship with their mother or their father or their brother or their sister or their cousin or their uncle. Some people don't have that, so it's hard. So it's kind of, I mean, even though, but we have different types of family. Sometimes friends are family, right? But yet and still, for the majority of us, we know our mother and father. And what we got to do, we got to honor our mother and our father. That's the commandment. That's what Moses is saying. So let's get Exodus 20 and 12, right? And this is right after thou shalt not kill. This is after. I mean, this is before thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery, verse 14. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not cover thy neighbor's house. It's before all that. What's before, Barak? Verse 12. Honor thy mother and thy father, and thy days may be long upon the land which the Most High Yahweh thy power giveth thee. Honor thy mother and thy father, man. Sometimes that's even, and that sometimes you got to honor their ignorance, right? What is that? I'm not trying to say family members but if a fool be ignorant, man, let them be ignorant. Sometimes you just gotta let people in their ignorance. You gotta leave your mother in her ignorance. You gotta leave your father in his ignorance, your brother in his ignorance, your cousin in his ignorance, your nephew in his ignorance, right? Auntie in her ignorance. Sometimes we get aunties for parents too, as well. Uncles for parents too. Sometimes it's just it's best left unsaid, right? Because then with that power of that tongue, I know you got the Ruach in you, just got the Deuteronomy 7:6. You full of it, and you about to explode on one of these family members for cursing you out for going to the Passover or trying to go, or they may be upset because of the monies that go along with attending holy days and feast days and whatnot, right? Or they may be upset that they can't use the car, or your sister, your brother can't use the car because you're out in camp, right? So there's gonna be some times, man. It's gonna be some things, man. That's gonna come, but for the most part, that's what we got to do first and foremost, though. You know, that. I mean, if I don't say nothing this class, this is the only thing I'm saying is that even if you in the truth, man, honor your father and your mother, honor their ignorance, right? Because why? Why? It's always a why. Why? Because it's evil, man. That's why. It's the evil system. Let's get Mark 7:21. Mark 7:21. Mhm. Yeah, because when you when you go, when you how do I say this? Because when you're dealing with man, when you're dealing with people, you got to understand that our thoughts and what we think aren't necessarily the best. So we definitely, when we speak on the power of that tongue, and when it comes to your family, when it comes to this truth, you definitely want to meditate before you speak, right? Because why? Mark 7:21, from within, out the heart of men, or out the minds of men, out the minds of women, perceive evil thoughts, right? All these evil things come from within, right? So you definitely want to meditate, because your first thought is to go in, right? But you're gonna humble yourself, meditate, and think of, ask the Most High to search your mind and pull out things for you to say, right? I know that brothers just talking about, you got to be like a professor. You got to know how to break it down. You got to say things a little bit more smooth, or a little bit more softer. All these things before you speak it, you should channel that before you speak it, so that way you're not in error. Yeah. So that's it on that right here. But like I said, get your thoughts together, right? Because you're gonna end up in a dispute. We all do it, right? Gonna end up in a dispute. Shoot, you might get ambushed. You might get ambushed. It might be 5-on-1. Anybody who went through that? Might be like a 5-on-1 situation, right? And it just spirits all over the place, right? Ganging up on you. Just gotta hold your ground. You gotta hold your ground. You gotta know when to get up out of there too. As well. Like I said, it's battles. Just forfeit the battle. All right, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'll come back. I'm gonna check y'all out tomorrow. All right. As to not, uh, uh, you know, put a stake in between, because that's a terrible thing, man, to lose your family. But sometimes, it is what it is. We in the last days. It's the fourth quarter. Anything can happen. So, we just gotta, man up, woman up, right? Jeremiah 17:9. Jeremiah 17:9. Why? Because the heart is deceitful, man. The mind is deceitful, right? And it's wicked. So that's why I'm trying to say to you, like, if you got something and you in the heat of the moment and you got all these scriptures in your head and you're like, ooh, I'm gonna cut everybody up in this living room. Before you speak, man, just meditate on it. Is this the right thing? Should I bring this out right now? How is this gonna go over if I really tell them what they doing is wrong? Like, is this the right time for this, Father? Let me know, because I'm about to let it loose. My tongue is about to be on fire right now, right? But hopefully you get a tongue of water that could cool out the situation when it comes to your family. All right? And like I said before, let's let the scriptures talk. Let's get the scriptures talk. Let's get Colossians 4:6. Colossians 4:6. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It's good to grow. It's good to grow, right? And y'all like and subscribe to a lot of channels. They ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. So like, subscribe, share, do your part, man. It's part of the work, man. Show yourself approved. Help the channel grow. Hit the Cash App too, But in all seriousness, the water for the participation, the water for being here with us. We do enjoy it. 4:6. Colossians. And it reads. I like 5, but let's get 6. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt. Seasoned with salt. It, it takes a minute. It takes a minute to get it right. There's going to be some days where it's like, ooh, Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. You know, dang, kind of messed up. Most likely kind of hit you like, hey, brother, you gotta make amends with your family. Man, you kind of went in on them last night. You shouldn't have did that. You know, but it takes time, man. But like I said, grace, be seasoned with salt, that ye may that that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man in your family, your friends, your community, your religious leaders, your potential wife, potential husband. And everything that the Most High shows us, we have to show other people. We want the Most High. I want the Most High to forgive me. So I'm gonna be very forgiving of brothers. I'm gonna be forgiving. Might be mad for a little bit, but I'm gonna forgive them, right? Hey, but brothers might owe you a little bread. Give them some grace. Most High gave you grace. Still giving you grace. Yeah, man, get that brother some grace, man. Get that brother some grace to pay you back, man. Put faith in him that he do. Hopefully. Just as a little example, but we have grace, we have forgiveness, and the Most High is merciful towards us. Be merciful to those that are close to you. Be merciful to your A.O.C family. Be merciful to us. Show us grace. You got to show each other grace. A.O.C Chicago, we got nothing but grace. Got nothing but patience. Because we know how it is, man. We've been there. Shoot, some people are in situations that, that I'm not in, that's going through it in a different way. But yeah, man. But we all a family. And it's good to know about the qualities of the Most High, about the mercy, about the grace, about the forgiveness. It's good to know that. It's good to keep knowing that so you can practice that. How I teach, man, I like to say this thing's all about the character too as well. Not so much the way you look, but it's about how you carry yourself. I think that's and that's what's going to get to your family too as well. And it's not going to really be about anything that you do say. It's going to be about how you walk and how much light that you got in you. How much light that you could shine up in that thing. Well, like I said, small battles. We're not going to war tomorrow when you wake up in this truth. So it's gonna be some growing pains in this thing, for sure. I'll get back to the chat in just a moment. Oh, let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. You just confirmed something? Oh wait. Hold on, let's go back up. Let's go back up. Oh my god, y'all. Let's see here what we got going on, man. It's very important to regard the most. Oh yeah, learning. Okay. Oh yeah, Conca. Think before you speak in these mean streets. I'm telling you, man. And that's an art. It's an art to think before you speak, especially as a Jake, man. We just want to let it rip. And plus, man, we oppressed, man. We got issues, man. Some of us need therapists. So we got a lot of things going on. So when we get perturbed, when we get distraught, man, we might want to just let it rip, But we just got to contain it, especially towards family, man. We might lose them. Like, we don't want to put this truth in a bad light. Ever since he got into the truth, he's XYZ and it's bad. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. But if it is like that 5 years from now, 2 months from now, it could change it. Like, man, I mean, at first I thought it was like that, but the brother, man, like he's really doing his thing. I sabotaged my life with the tongue for many years, and I'm coming back from that. Gone, 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 gone. The women got tongues, so y'all, like, the men sometimes can do damage, but not like a woman can. I'll tell you that. So yeah. So I mean, the power of that tongue, man. Oof. But at the same time, your tongue is a powerful tongue because your tongue is teaching the children and teaching the community too as well. So if we lose you in the house, we lose a lot of people. If I'm just talking about not being a son to a mother, but like a husband to a wife, man, if I lose you, then we're gonna lose a lot. I mean, now I gotta keep it moving, I gotta keep it pushing, but you're definitely the tongue that teaches the children. And then so teaches the community. So we definitely want to deal with each other accordingly. We'll see him at the family reunion. God. Beautiful thing. God, let's get let's get that. Let's get that. That's cool. That's cool. Well, probably got work. Sister got work, man. Beautiful. Was that 30? 30. Okay, come. So what we got here? What's Mother Bethia cooking up, man? This is the book of Acts, chapter 17 and 30, and it reads, "In the times of this ignorance, God winked at it, but now he commanded all men everywhere to repent," right? Yeah. Come on, sister. Yeah, man. Just he'll let it slide for a little bit. Just like you gotta let your family slide though. But when it's time to tell them, when it's time to tell them, when it's time to, hey y'all, like this whole Christmas thing that y'all got going on, I'm not gonna be able to participate anymore with this, man. It's kind of just it's ripping my soul up a little bit. Hey fam, this and that going on, and you just got to keep it real with them. We could let it slide for a little bit, but then, put your foot down when the Most High tells you to. That's what I got from that. But that's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's continue on. Absolutely. We are not all in the same place. No, we're not. We're not. I think we just went through our years in the truth. And how many years are you? And a lot of us are babies. And a lot of us are in different places. Sometimes some brothers get expedient and get really caught up in the spirit and get very advanced very early. And then some brothers take time. Some sisters take time. It takes time for you to put that rap on. Yeah. At first you're like, no, I don't want nothing to do with it. I ain't rapping mine. And then slowly but surely you start liking it. And then you got green ones, black ones, yellow ones, right? It takes time. Rome isn't built in a day. So you just got to be patient with people and not stop trying to force sisters to wear the rap right away, You don't get anything when you force people. Like, you want to have people do it naturally. Yeah, man, we don't get no pleasure off of forcing. That's got nothing to do with free will. When you forcing people in your house to do it, now you teaching them up and you training them up, especially the children, and all you can do is just hope that just hope that you taught it well enough, with enough enthusiasm, with all your might, your power, and that they continue on in your footsteps too as well. Sometimes it's how like how the brother was talking about. It's all about the delivery. And sometimes, maybe as parents we're a little bit too hard and we might cause our own children to kind of go astray. Like, man, I ain't dealing with that. Man, my pops is crazy. Man, I ain't doing no more Shabbat. You know what I was doing on the Shabbat? You know what he had me do? You know, so they kind of maybe grow to resent it. But I'm not there yet, so I'm not gonna comment on what to do with the children because I can't speak on things that I don't know. Sometimes you gotta. Sometimes you have to meet a need before a person even con. I agree with that. I might have to call y'all to know my life work. Oh yeah, I know how you get down. Oh man, yeah. Hey, shoot. I mean, I'm not the smoothest of brothers too. I kind of run hot every now and then myself. So but I got your Balthazar on deck for me. So I might not be the one. I might not be the one that you want. You just confirmed something. Oh no, absolutely. Thursday theory, God. Live, live, live and in front of family. Okay, come. Okay, come. Beautiful. Love it. Yeah, man, it's real though. It's real, man. It's real. And as far as this goes, though, it's like there's going to be a moment. The Most High is going to bring up a moment with family. The Most High is going to bring up a moment with family, and that's where keeping your tongue in season, out of season, studying diligently, right? Showing yourself approved, all of those beautiful things. When it talks about studying and applying yourself in the scriptures, it's gonna just be. It's the Most High is training you up for that moment, right when it happens. You're gonna have that scripture. You're gonna be able to even paraphrase it, and it's gonna hit them, and it's gonna cut them, and it's gonna be a beautiful build. There's gonna be people crying and all of that, right? But just stay the course. Okay, come. Galatians 5:15. Galatians 5:15. Let's see how much we got. Okay, go. Galatians 5:15. If I can find my mind. And it reads, thank you for your patience. But if ye bite and devour one another, take heed that ye be not consumed one of another. Man, I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes it be like that, and that's the thing, how do I say? There's going to be some disagreements, and it might be just continuous, to the point where it eats you up so much that you don't even want to deal with the truth no more. Getting into it with your folks, getting into it with your spouse. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Or even you being the unbelieving, you telling your wife, no, I don't want you to wear that ugly wrap. Like, stop wearing all them dresses. And it might just might be just too much, friction. You can cut the tension with a knife type of situation. You just want it all to stop. You want it all to stop. You want it all to stop right now. So you quit. You take off the wrap. Brothers take off their Zeeks. You put the pork back in the house because you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, and you want your family back. Right? But it is what it is. That's a reality that goes on right now. That's a reality that goes on right now. The man that keep the peace in his house will forego the law, statutes, and commandments. So, and we see that. I've seen that. And it's sad, but that's just kind of how it goes sometimes too. But don't be consumed by trying to win over. Don't be consumed with it because it might consume you and you might see yourself up out of you. Right? And don't win them over with harsh criticism. You can't win them over with, what am I saying? You can't win anybody over with harsh criticism. I come from playing football. Those are the only people that I know that you can yell at and they'll respond to it with a smile on their face. But a lot of people aren't built for people yelling at them, to tell them to be better, telling them to be perfect, telling them right from wrong, how to do this, how to do that, and barking at them in such a manner, military type of style. Some people can't handle that. Everybody's different. You got to talk to people different. I think in your brothers, I even said something about that. And you got to handle everybody different. Everybody's got to be handled different. Even in the camp, with the ones that's on the chat, some brothers, some sisters, you got to, talk to them, in a certain way. Some brothers you could, some sisters, some brothers you could ramp it up a little bit more. Some people, sometimes you gotta, write a text to somebody. Non-verbal, just write a text. Some brothers want to call. Some brothers you want to talk and see, and have a video chat just to see what's going on too as well. And that's the same thing with family. Sometimes, your brother don't want to talk about all that in front of the parents or his girl. You're trying to get your brother to get on, trying to get your cousin to get on with you, to go to a Pesach, to go to a Passover. But he don't want to deal with all that in front of, his spouse, because his spouse, he might be the reason why he's not in it. And if you deal with him in the midst of her, Satan might hop up on her and then all hell's going to break loose. So there's different ways to deal with different people. And it's good to, and that's why you kind of chill. Sometimes the powerful tongue is a tongue that's held. Sometimes the most powerful one is the tongue that's held. It's a patient tongue when it comes to your family. Gotta learn, see what's going on, peep the scene, Ever went over your sister's house in a minute? Went over your brother's house in a minute, Don't just say it all right then and there when you see them, you gotta chill out with it a little bit. How's life? Just don't start busting open the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? Like chill, how's life? Work them into it. It's one of the reasons why I really like Paul, is because he kind of blended in a little bit, trying to win people over in unorthodox ways, So that's that. Because if you sometimes if you go too far, then you might not ever win somebody back. If you go too far, you might not win those people back. If when the one goes too far, you never know, right? That's why she needs help, right? But yeah, man, definitely. Communication is major, man, and it's a major theme when it comes to this thing. Major theme when it comes to this truth. I got to work on my communication. There's things a lot of things I got to work on, right? But communication when it comes to your family, man, when it comes to this family, is everything. Is everything. Luke chapter 6, verse 37. Same theme. Same theme in Luke. Same theme in Luke. Let's see. Let's go up to 36. Luke chapter 6, verse 36, and it reads, "Be therefore merciful." Just like what I was saying. See, I'm lying, but when the scriptures talk, it proves me right. And that's the beautiful thing. Be therefore merciful. Be therefore merciful as your Father is also merciful. Have mercy on your family members. Have mercy on, please. All right? Have mercy. It's a characteristic, being merciful. Show that characteristic. Practice it. You know, there's different things we got to work on. You know, maybe I mean, there's I want to go into so much into me, but a brother might be kind, might be giving. You know, he might give alms and everything like that. But man, if you cross him, he is not going. He got to work on his mercy, right? So there's all types of things we got to work on when it comes to the characteristics of the Heavenly Father, right? Because we're made in His image, so we encompass all those things, and we should use all. Judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned. Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven. What that's really trying to say is that, if you give, whatever you give, you're gonna get back. What you put in, you're gonna get back out, right? So if you're judging people harshly and whatnot, and then when you do something wrong, Most High gonna get you. He gonna get you. He gonna get you. He gonna get you, man. You riding brothers real hard, riding sisters real hard, right? When you mess up, because we all fall short, but when you mess up, it's gonna be just like that, right? But you're forgiving, you're patient with brothers, you're working with brothers, even if it's like, oh my God, you want to give up, right? But if you show that patience and everything like that, when you're going through it, somebody's gonna come along in your A.O.C family, in your real family, whichever the case may be, man, it's gonna show you forgiveness, it's gonna show you patience, right? Because you practice what you preach, right? And your works comes back on you too. The work that you do comes back to you, right? If you give, you will get back. What you give, you will get back. What you give, you will get back. What you do to your family, how you conduct yourself to your family, you're gonna get that back. You're gonna get that back in this walk, man. Matthews 7:2, right? So that's the key, man, and that's what Chief P. Shar Nathaniel tells me, man, is we break them down and we build them up. We don't want brothers and sisters to go off broken. We want to restore them too, because men restore. We build, we break, we restore, right? So when we tell them about themselves, we got to show the people their error. We're not, we can't be pushovers in this thing, right? We can't say, no, it's okay, because that's what they do at the Christian church. Right? Oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. No, it's not okay. No, it's not okay. But the best thing is that you got time to change that. But the thing is that we don't know when it's going to change. But I'm telling you that you got to start making that change, or else this lifestyle that you're going to leave is going to destroy you, even if you think that it's not in your arrogance. And then you get that scripture. Hey, man, the proud fall, man, when the arrogance is on high, right? And hopefully those scriptures and everything can cut them in a deep spiritual level. And then you can build them up with words of encouragement and send them along their way, right? So, and if you do find yourself, in one of those situations with your family member, please remember to build them back up. Please remember to build them back up. Because sometimes this truth and this sword and the way that we pull these precepts, right, from front to back, sometimes that does such a number on people that they fall even deeper into sin. And we're not in the business of that. We're not in the business of that. All right. But we're dealing with spiritual things, We're dealing with spiritual things. We wrestle with spirits. And we're dealing with spirits on our people, and we're dealing with spirits with our friends and our family. There's warfare on all fronts, on all fronts, on all fronts. That's good. What is it? John 7. Right, because why? Why are we dealing with spirits? Because, man, you come in to worship Yahweh in truth, like the you doing Passover, just like, and we just read that too in Luke 2. You doing the Passover, you doing the commandments, you doing everything textbook. You even dressing in the garments textbook. But your family's in the world, and what does it say about that? Says you represent. I'm an ambassador of Christ, and you're an ambassador of Christ as well on the other end, and you stand for Yahweh, you're going to get hate. Because why? John 7:7. The world cannot hate you, but me it hated. They're hating Christ in you. Because it's a spiritual thing. And that's why you got to take it easy on your family sometimes. Because sometimes it's not really them. Sometimes Satan's just having a big playground. It's just, he's hopping in any and every one of your family members, man. But you got to remember that sometimes it's not them. Sometimes it's not really them. Sometimes it's the adversary too, as well, trying to get you to come with that tongue of fire on them and then totally break ties. And now nobody gets the truth but you. Nobody's got the Ruach but you. Nobody's got the Holy Spirit but you. And you can't bring your brother no more. And you can't bring your sister no more. And then sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes it's just like that, But if you have a chance, though, and if you have a close family, just know, John 7:7, the world cannot hate you, but me it hated, because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil, man. And since we back in the spirit, man, we hate evil things too. And sometimes some of our family members do evil things. Not to say that we hate them for it, but we're going to be at odds. We're going to be at odds because you're doing things that I don't really mess with in my spirit no more. And we're going to be at odds with that. And it's not that they hate you, but they hate that Christ is in you, that Yahweh is in you. All right. But in due time, hopefully things change. All right. So, a couple more scriptures. Let's get Matthew 10. Let's get Matthew 10 real quick. Let me just find it here. Let's see. I don't want to do that one. I want to do this one. Okay, this is the meat of it though. Matthew 10 and 34. Right? Think not that I have come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Right? People think it's going to be a big old kumbaya, but it's not, right? For I have come to set man against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be of his own household, right? So we got to understand that this truth, man, it's gonna get very personal. It's gonna get very deep, and you're gonna have to wrestle with the members of your household, and you're gonna have to know how to deal with them. You're gonna have to have that spirit of Yahweh, maybe even more than on the camps, and then on the streets. It feels like, especially if you have a lot of relatives, man. You can, like I said, you can get ambushed by your own family. It might feel like you out on the streets. You like, hold on. Hey, brother, hold on. Hey, brother, you calling brothers up. Hey, brother, read for me, bring this out. Hold on, they getting on me tonight. You know, and you put it on speakerphone. You hear that? So, we're gonna have to do battle. We're gonna have to do battle with our friends. We're gonna have to do battle with our family. We're gonna have to do battle, where we need to. But I say to you this: is Christ saying anything new? Is he saying anything new? Hold on one second. Is he saying anything new? No, he's not. That's my point. He's not saying anything new. It's quoting the Old Testament, brother. It's quoting the Old Testament, sister. Quoting the Old Testament. So let's get that. Let's get Micah 7:6. Micah. Christ said it, but it says it here too, Micah. For the son dishonoreth the father, and the daughter rise up against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's enemies are the men of his own house. So we got some. Now it's saying that. So it's saying that in the Old Testament too, man. So Christ was quoting the Old Testament, man. He's quoting the Old Testament. If he's quoting the Old Testament, is he quoting Moses too? Is the laws not done away with if he's quoting the Old Testament? Right? That's another class, but anyway, now Mother we're gonna end on Proverbs 11 and 30. We're gonna end on Proverbs 11 and 30, right? Because this is ultimately what we want to do with family. This is ultimately what we want to do out on these streets. So Proverbs 11 and 30. The fruit of righteous is a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise. Right. It's not that he that winneth souls is wise, it's the wisdom that comes with how to win that soul. How, like I said, how to talk to that soul, when to talk to that soul, when to break that soul down, when to build that soul up. How that soul perceives you, being on your P's and Q's around that one. Maybe if you had a bad day at work, maybe don't go over to that soul's dwelling. Maybe that might, maybe you want to keep, maybe you, what I like to think and what I want to do is sometimes I want people to see the best of me and not the worst of me. As far as people that don't see me a lot, I want them to see me at my best when I'm full with the spirit of the Most High, but not when I'm down, right? Or when I need to recharge, you know what I'm saying? So I want to, especially if it's a soul that I'm trying to get to come along, I want them to see me at my best. So, there's different ways to win souls, as Paul said, right? There's different ways, man, to do it, but we don't want to ruin it. We don't want to ruin it with how we conduct ourselves, and as far as doing the works and how we carry ourselves with our character. So with that, and I'll be doing the Wednesdays for a little bit now too. I'm used to doing it at 8. If I need to do them earlier, I will do my darndest to get here and try to pump these things out around like 7:30 so I can get y'all out of here. I know it's Wednesday night, and everything like that. So I know y'all got to go to sleep. I have to get back up for work. But for the most part, I just got back on the chat, man. But for the most part, man, that's the class for today, man. Family matters. There was a little bit more on that I had, but that's more about leadership. So maybe we could save. Maybe I can expound on this and maybe talk about leadership next. 8 is my time zone. 8. I'm central. I'm central. So right now it's 9:30, and I know that it's 10:30 Eastern. No. I just speaking to family. I got to take care of some family matters myself, right? But just like Yahushua said, man, my family comes second now, right? At feeding the people, edifying the people, that's first. Because look at what the Most High gave me, man. Doing all these works, man. Look at how far that brothers come, doing all these works, man. So the Most High always comes first, How I talk to my family and everything like that, and how y'all talk to y'all family, man, we got to work on it, and that's what I want to say, because it's not going to be a cakewalk. No, I know. I'm not. I know you playing. I know you playing. It's just the rush to get here to come talk to y'all, man, is something else, man. It's something else. It's something else. But I love it. Great class. Thank you. Tawada. Hey, y'all have I can't sing though. I need that auto tune. But hey, brothers and sisters, man, awesome participation as always. I'll see you back here now on Wednesdays. I'll be blessing y'all on Wednesdays. Brother Nawaz going to be joining me too, as well. So there's gonna be no more solo Barak. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's an honor and a privilege once again. Shout out to A.O.C for giving a little youngin man a platform. And I will see y'all on the next one. And hopefully my planet gets a little bit more healthier. That's a little sad. I'll be going outside right now with Ivy. But hey, Shalawam. May the Most High bless y'all and keep y'all. And I'll see y'all back here next week.